This is Graybles 1000 plus. A little different from the other ones, say the least. In this one, he's like, oh, hello. We see a little, I guess, of his backstory when he was like, a little baby. And he has a sister as well, and he's just showing off his ship, and he kills the bride at this wedding. They chase him down, and he's looking at these other Graybles just to find a way out, and they let out some interesting answers about the future in doing so. And he just looks at all these little stories to find ways to help himself out, and at the very end, he fights back and destroys this poor wedding party. Both the bride and groom are dead. Several of those guards or friends are dead. And he gets back to his ship that's mostly destroyed and tells his sister that he loves her, and she goes, peace. And that's about it. So it's funny because on the one hand, it's like, well, there's not much to talk about because, it's just focused on this guy. But on the other hand, there's a lot because we're constantly seeing the future in this. But not necessarily any of the characters. The only one we can... even then, we do kind of see Ice King. He's like this big, bearded, flying thing, apparently. Like, the Crown and him have just melded more together. Yeah. We assume Marceline is still alive because there's that house, and it seems to be well kept. I mean, you saw everything else there, like, rusted over. Things grew on it and stuff. So it was interesting. I don't know. I like these episodes where you see far into the past or far into the future, and you wonder how these things connect together. There's always kind of like this intriguing, but there's also this sad, because it's like, a lot of these people must be dead now and stuff, or maybe not, who knows. Change, I don't like change. But no, I really like that stuff. I like episodes that kind of do that, and I'm glad they kept it kind of minimal, what they showed. Like, you see Marceline's house, and I'm thinking to myself, I almost, it'd be cool if, they didn't show her. They didn't show, what she looked like in the future. And they don't. They keep it a secret. But she has to be in there because, it'd be destroyed or falling apart or something like that.
Plus you can hear music coming from inside.
Oh, yeah, there's that too. Exactly. So I like that. I thought that was pretty cool. Always love Emo Phillips. When I first heard his voice, which was probably like UHF or something, I just didn't know what to think of it. I thought it was so odd. And now it just tickles me every time I hear it, especially the way he ends his sentences with a hard letter. Or my spaceship. Just those hard endings I think are just so funny. That's about it. I liked it. It was cool. I like these where you see the future and you kind of wonder how did they get to this point. I love that poor creature that had the tooth in his ear. No, you know what? God, that's what we're talking about. She has their teeth capped, and this guy figures it out, and he's trying to get away, and Starchy's trying to take the tooth out and put it in another creature and stuff. I'm just like, man, I forgot all the questions I have for Bubblegum. I was just like, yeah, that's right. And she's just watching on the computer, she knows, their number. She doesn't even need, the name. She just knows by the number. Oh, I wonder what Starchy's doing. You know who that is. Which just makes her, all the more fascinating and creepy at the same time.
I see her more as a protective mother.
But
what was that?
Wrong.
Well, I mean, it does kind of make me think, because, Starchy is, evolving beyond this, and he's, taking the tooth out, and, okay, he's not super smart still, because he's not finding the brightest ways to get rid of it, but it's, it's enough that he knows to put on this illusion, and it looks like it kind of worked, because the tooth stayed in there thousands of years, or however long it was. So, I don't know, when you get to that point, I'd almost be like, she should at least sit down with him and just be like, you've reached that point. No tooth for you.
See, the way I look at it is they've already fully established that these people are idiots.
Yeah, and
it's like having a cat or a dog. You get them chipped. Mm-hmm. So if something does happen and they do disappear, you can maybe find them.
I mean,
that's how I look at it.
Yeah, I do I was thinking of that too, but they play up kind of the creep value of that too. That it's like it's protective, but there's episodes about how far does her protection go. Like the one with Flame Princess.
That was the past.
Yeah, I think that's one of those things where it's like they're certainly playing with how much of this is right and how much of it is not, which is good. I'm glad they play around with that, especially with a character who is supposed to be a likable main character. I think that's, again, it doesn't always show, oh, well, this person does it bad. I mean, it can happen to a perfectly nice, sensible, intelligent person.
Yeah.
So it's still fun. It is still, like, a little creepy.
See, for me, it's the whole, well, I don't want to call him a bubblegum guardian. The giant candy machine, if you will. If you notice, she took that good of care of them. That they lasted years later. Later, they are still actually being protected.
Well, and they changed a little bit, like, because weren't they originally round or whatever? Or
no, I'm not talking the Guardians, because in the Guardian each of those individual one was a candy person. That's what I'm saying. She took that good care and cared that much for each of those candy people that 1,000 years in the future, they're all still alive and being protected and watched over.
Well, even that... Didn't the Guardians look a little
they looked completely different.
Okay, I was going to say, I do remember them looking different.
This is like the future version of a Guardian.
Yeah, but I never talk about the little things inside. Those are actually like the candy people and stuff, yeah.
Which I think that shows to me more like, she's creepy and weird, but in the end, she actually truly does care for them to the point where 1,000 years in the future, they can pop out of these things and they're perfectly fine.
It does make me wonder, though, too, because we're assuming this is 1,000 years in the future because it's called 1,000 plus.
Yeah. Plus, with how much stuff has grown over and all that.
But, like, Marcelina's never moved in 1,000 years.
Well, remember when...
I know she moved that one time, that's how they found her, and then she moved back. Maybe that's just happened a couple times. She keeps moving away and then moving back.
She did say that. When she first made the appearance... She's like, the treehouse was her home. She's like, I just decided to move away. And then they found the other place, and she's like, this is my place too. I move around a lot. Yeah, she's always all over the place. So
that's like always the place that she comes back to.
It seems to, yeah.
So, I mean, I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun. That setup, I mean, just what a fun setup, destroying that wedding, having him be chased down, and that is how we get to see these Graybles. I mean, I think that's very funny.
I just love the whole cracking of the dome, and then all of a sudden she's just like, woo!
Yeah, flipping around and stuff. Yeah, no, and even the groom just sort of lifts him up by his legs and flips him over. No, I thought that was very, very funny. But what were your thoughts on the whole thing?
Same thing. I mean, I loved Ice King, though. Like, because it's kind of... I don't want to give anything away with upcoming episodes, but failure is something that, like, I don't know. How do I put it properly? Like,
I don't know, because I haven't seen it either.
Failure is acceptable and failure is imminent. Ice King will forever be trapped like this, no matter what. And it's kind of sad in upcoming episodes what is going on. Let me put it that way. For me, at least. I look at it that way. It's like, oh.
Well, no, even seeing that, I mean, like I said, just the little bit that I saw, I could put some of it together, because it wasn't like, here's this bearded flying creature with the crown out. It's like the crown and him have, like, fused together.
And he's huge.
And that's one of those things where it's kind of like, oh, tee-hee, ha-ha, but it's also like, oh.
Lost like all form of humanity.
Yeah, like, not only that, it's just like, not only is he not getting better, it's like getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
And 1,000 years later, I mean, he's just like this. Yeah, I mean, he just looks like one of those demons from those other episodes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there is definitely sort of like this tragedy to it. I mean, he was always a tragic character, but just like, but again, that's why I like these future episodes when you kind of see how things turn out. It's just kind of like, oh. But I like feeling that too. I like feeling like, man, that never got resolved. That's what a bummer, man. Just what a bummer, But it's like I like feeling that way for a bunch of lines and a voice.
Yeah.
I just really like having that connection. I like that something can be good enough that it can make me legitimately feel sorry for that.
Yeah. For me, a lot, it's when there's like a good show you're watching and it gets canceled. And there's no season finale or series finale or anything, so you don't know how the season or series ends. it kind of sucks and it kind of like whatever. But let's say Adventure Time ends tomorrow. It's kind of okay because we already have stuff that happens way in the future. It's like, okay, you can kind of almost fill in your own pieces as it goes along. With most shows, it's like in the now, in the now, in the now, in the now.
Yeah, you have to know, like,
what's going on later on. And this one, we've already had at least, I can think of 3 episodes where we know what happens in the future.
Well, I was going to say, like, even, like, thousands of years in the past, you know, we see what happens.
So you see kind of, like, a whole lot, which I like. I think that's really cool.
But it still leaves, like, just enough mystery where it's, like, but you still want to know kind of these details. Like, you could, I'm sure people have, like, pieced together a timeline of what's happened and what we know, and can probably even connect certain dots that the common viewer couldn't.
Yeah.
But even doing that, you know there's still stuff that's, like, they're gonna drop even more details. Like, wait, I didn't know that, now I gotta add that to the timeline and what's going on. And I like that. I like that, like you said, it's not like, you know, something like Lost or, even though I love the show, Gravity Falls, where, you know, everything is trying to solve the mystery, like you said, of the now.
Yeah.
It's very much, you know, just, hey, here's kind of just what this world is in many respects. We're not going to give you everything, or maybe we will, you know, just slowly but surely. But you get kind of this a very broad-scale idea of what this world is, how it is, even if you don't know all the details.
Most shows will give you present and past episodes. Like, a lot of times you'll see it in a show, like, it's like, oh, here's the characters, oh, look at this is what the character was like when they were younger, or, hey, a lot is the whole time travel ones, where it's like, let's see how the parent character was when they were a kid, you know?
Or let's look in the future, and the future is always, because they do it a couple times, like 5 different futures that don't connect, or something like that. So I like that they don't, it seems like they don't go into the future too much on this show.
They don't dwell on it, but they give you more than enough. And most shows don't even give you future episodes. They'll stick with the now or the past, and that's about it. And this one, we've already seen the Finn and Jake's tree. Like, we've seen at least it really, really tall. And then there's this one, you know, with Lemon Hope and all that stuff. So for me, it's like, I like seeing, you can fill in the blanks if you wish, or you can leave it how it is. But you know that Finn and Jake will no longer exist. You know that Bubblegum will no longer, like, you know that this is not this infinite timeline that will never end. There is an end. Characters will die, things will end, you know, which is nice. It gives it a morality, which makes you, at least me, connect with the characters more.
Well, and then the ones that don't, again, it's like forming a very different connection. Like, again, 2 characters that are still around, Ice King and Marceline, and, you know, we don't see Marceline, which, again, I really like, especially after they show us the Ice King. But we assume she's doing okay, because she's in this house, she's playing her guitar, whatever. I mean, we don't know much outside that, but we know she's not, like, you know, hiding in a ditch, or just like, oh man, what's happening? I mean, it's like, she seems to be okay. She's in her house and playing a guitar. You know, with the Ice King, I mean, you know things have gotten worse, and I just love that contrast, that it's like, they do show you kind of what's happening with 2 characters, but, you know, not a ton, just enough for you to go, huh, you know, like, you get really, really intrigued, like, how did it get to that point, but you can also very much guess how it got to that point, or how these things either stayed the way they were or got to where they were.
It's like driving down the street at night, and you're looking at everyone's house as you're driving by, and you just get that
I want to kill them.
Split second.
That's what happens when I drive. I mean, no.
You get the split second, just tiny little peek into everyone's lives. Most of them will be empty. You won't see anything. Sometimes you'll catch just a little glimpse, like Marceline. You only hear what's going on there. You don't see anything. Ice King, quick see. You know, and that's kind of what it is. It's like you're just getting tiny little snapshots, you know? And you can't really gather what's going on, but you can guess.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I definitely liked it. It's funny because, like, the actual stories themselves we didn't talk that much about, but it's like, they're just sort of like, hey, here's some goofy things, tee-hee-ha-ha, and then here's, like, these incredible, like, glimpses into the future of these characters that, you know, you've known for God knows how many episodes.
What about the brick?
He had a brick.
Ice King's with his broken leg. Another broken leg.
Oh! I was trying to put that together. I'm like, so, okay, there's a brick. He just drops a brick. Okay, it's Adventure Time. It's weird. Now I got that's how he broke the leg.
Or I actually took it more as misery.
Like put it between his legs. But they only did it to one leg, though.
Yeah. Wait,
maybe they could only lift the sledgehammer once. But
no, I liked it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, no, I liked it too. Like I said, those little glimpses I think are really, really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, this will be the last time you see us in these clothes.
Thank God.
Because next time we're gonna be butt naked. I'll still have my hat, but butt naked.
Don't say that, because you know I'll do that. I have no shame.
Butt clothed.
So wait, just my butt closed, but nothing else?
Damn it!